Okay, welcome to the commentary track for the King Hrólf fight. If you're looking for, if you're looking for just this without commentary, I have it on my channel, just uploaded this entire video in its entirety without any commentary whatsoever. But here I'm gonna give commentary here to just kind of like, walk you through the fight, maybe give some pointers, maybe give some tips, tell you like what's going on here. I think I'm gonna be pausing and rewinding probably a lot in order to, say everything that I think might be important to say. The first thing I want to say, so this is King Hrólf. It's one of the hardest fights in the game. If you're looking for sort of a loadout, I don't think it so much matters. Use whatever, runic attacks you feel comfortable with. Use whatever amulets you feel comfortable with. Just use your best armor, all that stuff. I don't know that I need to be specific. Whatever makes you most comfortable. Here, so we'll just go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to say is this isn't a perfect run. Unfortunately, it's just the one that I won at. So I do make a lot of mistakes in this. I'm not gonna do this perfectly. But yeah, let's just get started. So first thing I want to note here, basically the way this guy works, I want to just kind of quickly explain, and then I'll stop pausing all the time. But the way this guy works is he's basically like a conglomeration of every other Berserker fight. So he kind of just randomly uses abilities from every other Berserker fight. So if you're familiar with fighting the other Berserkers, you should know kind of the whole kit that he has. He doesn't really, I don't think he has much, if anything, that's like super new that you haven't seen before. But that's basically what we're doing here. So you'll notice just from the first few attacks, I skipped back a little further than I would have liked. But I am blocking these attacks, and I think it's important to block instead of dodging the attacks for two reasons. The first reason is just that, you'll see a little bit later in the fight, but basically towards the end of the fight, he does a lot of running away. You'll sort of see that, and it makes it so that there's less openings. But if you get comfortable blocking the attacks, you can do a parry, and you'll get an opening to attack him to do more damage quicker. So, that's important, just practically. The other thing I want to mention is I think it's good for in psychologically, I think, to get good, because it gets your brain into that mode. You feel less like you're on the defense and more like you're on the offense. It's a better thing. It'll make you more confident, make you fight better. So I do recommend that as a psychological thing. You'll just feel more in control, I think. But it also has a practical use in that you can get more openings to attack. So there's that. Obviously, you can't block that. I got hit by that, but even though I dodged, maybe I dodged a little too early. So this attack, obviously, I used a runic attack to stop him, but if I didn't have a runic attack available, I should have just rolled out. It takes about 2 rolls to get out of range of that. So I'm using a lot of runic attacks whenever I have the possibility. Freya, I've been meaning to use. So you'll see I switched from, I have a mouse here. You see I switched to the sonic arrows instead of the sigil arrows. I think the sonic arrows are better because you want to increase his stun bar. Overall, it does a big boost of damage if you can get that down. So you kind of want to do that. You want to focus that. I think the sigil arrows are a lot less useful in this. I tried to look this up beforehand exactly what the difference is. I believe the sonic arrows just increase stun, and that's what I believed them to do, but I wasn't entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So yeah. So I'm just trying to get the damage in here. For that, we want to use a shield bash. I've switched to the Blades of Chaos, kind of the way that my strategy is just to, once I've used up the runic attacks, I just switch to the other weapon so that I just have runic attacks to use. Now, I don't think any of the specific weapons do any better than any of the other ones. They're all kind of the same, so you can use whatever you want, but I kind of switch them up just so that I have available runic attacks when I need it. Obviously, I've activated my my thing here. You want to kind of charge that up, activate it as much as possible, because you'll see the damage he does is quite a lot more increased. Obviously, he's purple. I'm pretty high leveled at this point. That's a good freeze frame. Pretty high leveled. I've got all of my weapons at max. I've got all the Berserker armor set. I think I'm high level 7. I'm not like above. I'm close to almost level 8. Obviously, my Freya is not completely upgraded. That's fine. But that's where I am. So I've pretty much done everything in the game so far. So I'm just cleaning up the remaining big boss fights. And so I decided to just do this, even though maybe if I grinded it out, I could get a couple levels more. But that's where I'm at. So we're trying to do damage. So, okay, so I didn't really mention, but the runic attacks I have set for the Blades of Chaos are a little bit bad. I don't know. Let me see. So here's when I use the first one. I shield bash, and then I use that right there. Okay, it was kind of a bad use. Now, I don't really recommend this one. Okay, yeah, you see, I got punished for it, because it's really long, and you kind of get stuck in the animation. And I took a huge hit there because I was stuck in the animation. I can't cancel the animation with, like, rage or anything. I did try to do that. It doesn't work. You're just stuck in the animation. So maybe I don't recommend that one, but, like, it does a lot of damage if you can get him up against a wall to the point where he can't escape it. But if he escapes it, that kind of sucks. The other one's not so bad. The other one I have for Blades of Chaos just does a firestorm. So that's pretty okay, but I probably should have taken damage there, and I didn't. So we're dodging. Use the arrows whenever you're not attacking. Try to get the arrows in. You'll see. I'm not great about it, but you want to kind of make it so that his meter doesn't start going down. You can block this. You got to figure out what... So, okay, so this is one of the most important things. Is he comes in, he does the punch, the 2-punch. This you want to block. If you block the second one perfectly, so you get a little bit of stun, and you can immediately attack him. So you definitely want to block that one. If nothing else, block those for sure. You only actually have to block the second attack to get the stun, but you do want to do that just because later on he runs away from you and you can't really get a lot of openings to attack him. But that's your best opportunity there, or one of them at least. So I'm switching to the Dropner Spear here. I got a little bit sidelined by that. But you have to dodge that, so this is Ice Storm. This is pretty cool, actually, this one, because you can kind of charge up a little attack. It takes a little while to start the thing. But they do a lot of damage if you get stuck in it and you get hit. You can block that. I timed it wrong. I typically use my Rage as kind of a way to get out of a mistake. Of, like, you know, if he's broken my guard, I'll use it that way. I really like the Dropner Spear, I will say. It's a really fun weapon. So, okay, so that's an important one. Is sometimes he'll go far away, and he'll get up, and he'll do this undodgeable attack. So he'll start charging that. You want to throw something at him. That's really it. And it'll immediately drop him to the ground, no matter what. If he's doing that attack, if he's doing another attack, he might do the same sort of animation, but... if he's doing that attack, he will fall immediately and be open to damage. So you want to do that. You want to watch out for that, because if it hits you, that shit sucks. That shit hurts. You don't want to get hit by that. That's one of his more powerful things that he does. And it is undodgeable, unblockable. Those you also want to kind of block if you can. Sometimes he'll do 2 of them. So, but if he only is doing 1, and you block it, you get a free stun, free damage. But sometimes he'll charge up a second one immediately, and then you have to block the second one. So, kind of don't have a good example of showing that. But there you go, I do that. Dodge the blocks again, get the stuns. It's a little dangerous, you want to get used to it. Okay, I poorly timed that one, that's fine. Okay, this thing. This thing sucks. But here's the fun thing. If you just throw something at it, it breaks. That's what you want to do, break that. Immediately. But watch him and what he's doing in the background, because you don't want to get surprised by the thing that his next attack that he's doing. So he's throwing these, and I'm blocking them. You want to block those as well if you can perfectly parry those, because they fly back at him. So you want to dodge that, absolutely. Okay. See, I want to go back a little bit here. and make note of something if the thing will, it's VLC. Sort of an issue with VLC. So here you'll see I blocked, but it broke my guard. I got affected with Bifrost. Here, you'll see the Bifrost. I mean, this is kind of just like something you learn from playing the game. But like, this is a big load of Bifrost here. Bifrost is bad. You can immediately cure Bifrost by using Rage, which is what I did there. It gets rid of the Bifrost immediately. But the problem with Bifrost is that it basically sort of charges up the damage that you would take if you got hit again. And so you'd like to not accrue Bifrost, but if you do, don't panic, just don't get hit, and it'll go away eventually. It's not actually damage, it's just like potential damage more so. So it's important to note that. We're still using the Dropner Spear. I could use the block, I throw, and then I'm charging up that. Okay, so here's the armor. He'll do this. He can accrue 1 of 3. Obviously, this is the cold one, so we want to use the Blades of Chaos here. You'll see me switching to it, and then we Shield Bash. And we want to just get that down. It's not really a big deal. You can get it down pretty fast, but it is important to note, see it's already down, that you can't really stun him at all while he's got the armor active. So he kind of just will power through any moves that you're doing. So keep in mind that anything you might try to do to stun him will not work, or that you would expect to stun him will not work. Obviously, that applies to the entire game, but don't know if it's something maybe people don't necessarily pick up on, but that is how that works. So you can't block that. That's just a move. All right, we want to get out of this quickly. There we go. Wonderful. I used that because I wanted to make sure that it was a good time to use it. Back to the Leviathan Axe. Block. Dodge. Activate. Okay. See, I'm still spamming Sonic Arrows in the background. Nope. Don't never forget about your Sonic Arrows. And also, I guess we missed when I used this, but I try to use her, like, summon ability, or I don't know what it's called for her. I think is it still summon? It's something. It's her, like, Valkyrie ability, I believe. But try to use that just as soon as it charges. The one I have just kind of, you know, knocks him around a little bit. So it's pretty good, but you kind of want to just use it whenever it charges. I don't really think there's a wrong opportunity to use it. I think it's just whenever you get it. Whenever you get it, just use it. That's what I would recommend. It's good. All right, that was good. So see, he's backed up against the wall, so I should get all the damage for this. You see, he's getting pretty low, but the chip damage takes forever. At this point, I usually start to panic. It's important to just not panic if you can, because I've lost to this battle so many times that I start to panic whenever he gets this low. But like, we're really close here, you know. It's important not to do that. Here he does something where he just, you know, randomly stops and he's charging Bifrost armor. That's right. I forgot. So he charges this Bifrost armor, which means as you hit him now, I believe you will accrue Bifrost just automatically. So I tried to block that. See, that's me panicking. I tried to block that. Obviously I can't. But I took a lot of damage, so I'm like, uh-oh. That was bad. Trying just not to lose my confidence here and trying to just power through. Really bad about that, so here we go. Bit of a spam of a rage there, but I got 3 rages. I could throw them off if I wanted to. There we go. So that was one of his charge things. You got to get him down quick, because that would just kill you most times. You want to get that. Here I'm I start collecting a bunch of health just to be like, all right, I want to make sure I don't screw this up, so let me just grab the health. I didn't block that perfectly, but I'm gonna get that and go back for the health, I think. There we go. All right, we're very close. And this I was really happy about, because he does this ability, which is one of my favorites. It's a magic spell where he just charges that little thing, and then it takes forever for the second one to appear. You get a lot of time in between. So it's like a good way to sort of catch your bearings, and just throw shit at him. It feels good. I was very happy he did that one. These are kind of tricky to block. The timing is a little weird, but you can block them, and I recommend trying to block them. You still get the stun for it, so it's good. Block, 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 dodge. Perfect. And I gotta run. I almost didn't make that, but at this point, I'm like, okay, just try not to, what's the word? Choke. Because I've got it here. And there it is. And there we have it. That's the King Hrólf fight. It's not perfect. I made a lot of mistakes there, but I hope, you know, maybe through me explaining this, I'm explaining it in a way that helps you. Feel free to leave any sort of questions in the comments below. If you have any sort of question, maybe I can answer it, as long as it's close to when I uploaded this video. Because if you leave a comment like 2 years from now, I don't know if I'm gonna remember enough to tell you. But yeah, so that's it. That's the first video on my gameplay channel. Feel free to subscribe. I also have a main channel, and I have a it's just the same name, Antixessus, but without the gameplay part of the name. And then I have Antixessus VODs, which is my VODs channel from when I stream. And then you can also follow me on Twitch if any of this interested you at all. But this is just kind of a channel where I'm just uploading sort of various gameplay things. Like I said, if you just want the full video without the commentary and the pausing and all that, that's also on the channel, so you can find that there. But yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Oh, I also wanted to mention that this video is in 30 FPS because that's all my laptop. I could record it on my laptop, and that's all my laptop can handle. It can't record at 60, unfortunately. Even the game runs at 60, so if it looks a little jittery, that's why. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye.